Since there are large content creators on this app that are spinning and pushing a narrative that Joe Biden is bad, that the Democrats are bad, that they have done nothing, that, yeah, if you vote for Joe Biden, it's going to be the same old, same old. I'm going to continue to amplify what you will get if you don't vote for Joe Biden. In all of the pushing and the spinning of the narrative, they are trying to tell you that they aren't saying don't vote for Joe Biden. But what they are doing implies that you shouldn't vote for Joe Biden. And it leads people to believe that they themselves won't be voting for Joe Biden. I see you. I see you. I think a lot of us see them. With that said, Donald Trump had a KKK rally in New Hampshire on yesterday. He had a full house. And while he was standing in front of that full house, here's some of the things that he had to say.
When they do that, we got a lot of work to do. They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world, not just in South America, not just the 3 or 4 countries that we think about, but all over the world. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, all over the world. They're pouring into our country. Nobody's even looking at them. They just come in. The crime is going to be tremendous. The terrorism is going to be, and then we built a tremendous piece.
Let's be clear. When he talks about they're coming into our country from all over the world, he is not talking about white countries. He's not talking about Europe. He's not talking about Switzerland. He's not talking about any of those countries that are predominantly white. He's talking about, he mentioned Africa. He mentioned Asian countries. Don't forget, he's been railing against Mexico. He mentioned South America. And when he talks about poisoning the blood of this country, he's talking about poisoning the blood of white people. Let's keep going.
And he says, what about, please, sir, do not call him a fat pig. We cannot call. He says, what about Christie? He's a fat pig. You can't call. No, look. Please do not call Chris Christie a fat pig. Okay? It's not appropriate. Because you're not allowed to use the word fat. Use the word pig, but you can't use the word. No, we don't want to call him that.
Funny, huh? I mean, it's so funny that I'm doubled over with laughter. And I mean, get this. These people who are railing against Joe Biden, if Dave Chappelle put that in his comedy skit, they would be in an uproar. They would be moving to cancel Dave Chappelle, any comedian, right? Okay, there's more. And I want you to pay special attention to the captions on this clip from the KKK rally in New Hampshire on yesterday. Pay special attention to the caption and the language that it's written in.
Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. He's a threat. And you know, we'll bring in adversaries, and I'll bring it in right now, but even Vladimir Putin. Has anybody ever heard of Vladimir Putin? Of Russia says that Biden's, and this is a quote, politically motivated persecution of his political rival is very good for Russia because it shows the rottenness of the American political system, which cannot pretend to teach others about democracy. So, you know, we talk about democracy, but the whole world is watching the persecution of a political opponent that's kicking his ass. It's an amazing thing.
You guessed it. The language of the captions is Russian. All of the Russian bots out there on Twitter, they especially loved that piece of Donald Trump's KKK rally. They are retweeting, sharing, quote tweeting that one clip, which tells me This is what Russia is showing its citizens over in their country. This is the one piece that Putin approves of and amplifies over in Russia. Yeah. But there's more.
Crooked Joe puts China first. He puts Asia first, Ukraine first, illegal aliens first, environmental maniacs first. He puts everyone first, but he puts America last. He puts New Hampshire last. He puts our workers last. He puts our farmers last. He puts everything that's good, he puts it last. And I put New Hampshire first. And I put America first every single time.
Let's be clear. When Donald Trump says he will put America first, it's not Black America. It's not Asian America. It's not Muslim America. It's not Latinx America. No, it's white America. Rich white America on top of that. And did you catch? He says Joe Biden puts this, and this first. Right? To me, that's an admittance that Joe Biden is using the office of the presidency to uplift other communities, to try to balance the scales of other communities. And of course, rich, white, racist white people believe that giving minority America a lift up is leaving them behind. There's more.
One, I will sign a new executive order to cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, transgender insanity, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children. And I will not give one penny to any school that has a vaccine mandate or a mask mandate.
Now, to those of us who've read Project 2025, we know that is the heart of Project 2025. This man just got up in front of white America at his KK rally in New Hampshire and told the world that on day one he will implement Project 2025. I didn't say it. He said it. It just so happens that I've read parts of Project 2025, and I know that what he said in that clip is directly tied to what's in Project 2025. But let's be clear. I've told y'all once before, Project 2025 isn't coming. Project 2025 is already here. Look at the state of Florida. Look at the state of Texas. Those two states, everything that they have implemented, everything that they have done that we are against is by the book, Project 2025. What Donald Trump just said is that he plans to implement that nationwide on a federal level. Don't let them tell you that Project 2025 is not as bad as people are making it seem, that they're not going to implement Project 2025. It's already here on the state level. And Donald Trump just told you that he plans to implement it nationwide. You can let these content creators tell you nonsense, or you can listen to what is actually being said to you by this deranged maniac. There are two choices for president: Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Choose wisely.